Scala Shmeraba, Yaman Pussy after Recon Pyramid Street. I ain't from him if and from which there were Galas Mankari, the Roman. Stava this river sermons, not say the darkest 11 husband a good river. Then we forgot to be dressed with your husband and what's in the mirror beyond the Roman. Scala also in the rest of the place that have been striving rain. H. Rabba Mitch, I haven't had to live at place striving rain. Or the time around here, later at place striving rain. Never heard that about hot colors, or he had the neck, how does my account?
Where's Benji? Benji's leaving for 6 weeks to Israel to play basketball. So, I to learn. So we wish Benji a very safe trip. Benji, when are you leaving? Tomorrow morning? Right. So I'm saying we're going to see you before you get back, or no? So we wish you now a safe trip, right? In Yiddish is a saying, "Sei mir nicht gesinnt, kind of don't we say be well. If don't be me well, I'm not going yet, But I don't want to give a free too early. We wish Benji a safe trip, fun time, learn a lot, make a lot of baskets, and swish.
Thank you.
3-pointers, a lot of 3-pointers.
Thank you.
All right, so tonight's the 9th of Tammuz. The 9th of Tammuz was the day that the walls of Yerushalayim, during the times of the first base of Mikdash, were breached. This breach of the walls of Yerushalayim led to on the 10th of Tammuz on Shabbos, when the Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar used to be a fast day. 9th of Tammuz used to be a fast day. In the times of the first base from the time of the first base of Mikdash until the second base of Mikdash, the 9th of Tammuz was commemorated as a fast day. The Gemara brings down it was a fast day. Then once we got Shiva Asar Tammuz, the 17th of Tammuz, and the 9th of Tammuz, and the 9th of Av, instead of too much fasting. They took away that fast day, changed it to the other fast days of 17th of Tammuz. So took over for it. But it used to be until the 17th of Tammuz was the fast day, the 9th of Tammuz was that fast day. And again, on the 10th of Tammuz was the day that the Nebuchadnezzar captured, really the 9th of Tammuz, he captured him, King Kiskiyo. And then on 10th of Tammuz, they he was they killed his children in front of him and poked his eyes out. Oh,
Also, the decision abolished 1834. And then the religious services were granted until 1967.
yes, the Spanish Inquisition told me that, right? Yeah, there's a few things there, but I saw a whole list of stuff on different sites, but I didn't.
Let's remember the good stuff.
Yeah, didn't put all. All right. So first of all, get back to where's Ami? Oh, I'm answering this question. Was Ami here before? Or wasn't here? All right. Ami asked last night was a tweet in front of 3 people, 10 people. Check Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch says you should after someone passed away and you want to ask forgiveness from them, so they say you should go to their grave. Shulchan Aruch says clearly 10 people should go. So say I think I'm not sure if it's 10. Check it up. It's 10 people. All right. So a person might say, you mix out, mind your own business, and I don't want to. I don't need to mix into everything. I remember I was going to before I got married, so I was going to get myself fitted for my kapata. At that time, you didn't have as many vendors as you have today, and there was a guy, Borough Park, I won't show names, whatever. And I go in because the other vendor was one vendor at the time in Crown Heights. But that vendor, they said, you have to come to him a minimum of 3 months before your wedding. If you want to have enough time for your wedding, otherwise you're never gonna have enough time. My engagement was way too short for that, so I went to this other guy, and so I go to get him to get fitted, and some guy that's there asks me if his fits, his pants on the fits. So I look, and it was like this high, and I tell him, no, your pants are too short, whatever. So the guy, the owner of the shop, tells me, don't mix in. Don't you mix out. I came home, I told it to my mother, and that from then on, I love these things. That was her line. She used to always say, don't mix in. Don't mix in. You might be selling me a boat also. But in any case, a person might say, I don't want to mix in, mix out. So it's not my problem. Mix out of it, and that's it. Comes along the Torah and tells us, no, we can't mix out because we're all in it together. We're all in this world together. And the Torah tells us, Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh. Every single Jewish person is responsible for one another. And therefore, if someone else has a problem, it is our problem. Not it's not our problem. It is our problem. We do have to do whatever we could to try to fix the problem. We have to know sometimes it's not in our hands to fix. Sometimes we think we're a fixer or something, and it's not. We're only going to make things worse. And that's what we learned all the days, have not to aggravate things. But clearly, it is our responsibility to try to do whatever we could to fix it, because it says it clearly, Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh. Every single Jew is responsible for one another. And the parable given in the medrash for this is of the boat. This guy is digging his cabin on the boat, of course. His cabin, he's digging a hole, digging for gold. I remember when he went to China. I remember one time I was digging as kids. We were digging on the pond in a neighbor's yard. We were trying to reach China. We never got there, but huh? Still subway, right?
So where?
Still the subway.
How did they get that?
No. But so this guy was digging a boat in his cabin on the boat, and the water started coming up into his cabin, of course. And other passengers got nervous, and they told him, "What are you doing?" He said, "Mix out. I'm doing it in my cabin. I'm not doing it in your cabin. I'm doing it in my cabin." It's very funny. Your cabin is going to cause the rest of the boat to sink. And That's way the Medrash describes this idea of Kol Yisrael Rebim as every single Jew is responsible for one another. We have to make sure that the person doesn't make mistakes. Now, at the same time, Rabbi Avada Yosef says something very interesting. He says that the majority of Jewish people today fall under the category of something called Tinok Shenishba. Tinok Shenishba means a child, a baby, which was kidnapped from their parents as a baby, and they were brought into a home which was not living a Jewish home. They were kidnapped by hungry people, and now this child doesn't know. They don't know any better. They brought up in a way they don't know better, and such a child is not responsible. That's the halacha. Such a child was kidnapped. They're not going to be punished. Shem is not going to say, you're going to get punished for something. You didn't know better. This child didn't know better. This poor child. So Rabbi Avada Yosef says that he says that the majority of Jewish people in the world today fall under the category of Tinok Shenishba. They fall under the category of a baby that was kidnapped. And therefore, he says, they're not responsible. It's not their fault. They don't know of mitzvahs. Because even if someone goes now and tells them, hey, there's something called mitzvahs, and now they do know, still, since they weren't brought up in such a way, it's a different lifestyle, and they're not going to be punished at all for it. They're completely not. They're not. It's not something. They don't know that lifestyle, and they can't appreciate that lifestyle, and therefore he says they don't fall into the category of telling them off. And therefore he says you shouldn't tell them off. Don't tell someone they're doing something wrong. They don't understand what you're talking about. What do you mean wrong? What are you talking about? He says you're going to make it worse. So again, we have that balance. On the one hand, we see someone doing something wrong. We see the boat is sinking. You can do whatever you put to make the boat not sink. At the same time, if we're going to make something worse by doing that, then what do we accomplish? So we have to have that fine line, and we have to do, like the story mentioned last night about time, we have to do it in a way of loving, never putting someone down, but giving a rebuke, not in a rebuke way, but throwing extra love. With throwing that extra love, surely the person is going to realize everything that he could be doing better. I'll do that. So Maariv, page 118. Oh, tonight's learning is also the Nishma. Yes, we did. Whose yard sign is tonight? Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. All right. Zulema Bas Yosef Kaczynski, Bibi Kaczynski, whose yard site is tonight. The Neshama should have an aliyah. Quick reminder: whoever is able to help out during the week or whatever.
I got the heart attack. Miami is the sign.
118.
Adonai Shamahanin Vim Karina Shamahanin Vim Karina Adonai Shamahanin Vim Karina Skada Skada Shmirama Almadi Miracle Savior Mekon Savior Asmapur Kanin Karim Shikhay Khayekun Via Mekon Vekhay Japan Beis Israel Galam Makari Mirame Shmirama Verakala Mule Alme Almaya Ismail Shamak Baby Sema Musna Saif Salam Salol שמין קושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכס ושירה סדוק, ושד וחמה סעדה, מן המלמה מרועמים. מערף וסדנה מבוירה. ברוך אדוני מבוירה, כי היינו Maavin yom mevin laila, maavin yom mevin laila, Adonai Tzvaot Baruch Atah, Adonai Maariv Baravim, Avatzonu B'Yisrael, Avatzonu B'Yisrael, Kadosh Eloheinu V'Shamayim, Yem Chayenu V'Yoyre Kaminu V'Yom V'Layla, V'Avasta V'Sasad Mimenu Le'Olam, Shema Yisrael, Adonai. Adonai, praise of the Lord, of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit, of Adonai Elohim Emetvenu. O Malchus Severação que velo ale, Moshe Bnei Israel, Chanu Shvira Vesim, Karava Vemukolav, Malchus Echarava, Nechomekeyam, Moshe Zel Yanuvia, Lemar Kiparadonai Siakov, Yalav Kazak Minvar, Katadina, Yol Israel. Shemotza Sinu Beno Chaim Tovle, Shalmiat Ve'Adeilam Tir, Shamin Masalenu Adam, Katadina, Shamin Savoy Israel, Yadal Ve'Skata Shemin Abba, Yam Alivirachir Seikam, Nikmal Kusei Yatzmachur, Kanev Karev Shikei, Vechaye Konovia Ve'Konovia Chaye, Dechol Beis Israel, Va'Galav Izman Kanev Ve'Ruame. Shmeira v'mevarach alamulei almei almaya yismarech v'yishtaba v'yismar v'yisraimam v'yisnasei v'yisadar talev v'solol shemin kusha v'richu le'ina min kol v'chas v'shira asad v'chas v'nechema asad amin v'alma menu amin. Zgada ve'skada shemiraba. Yam edivirachel seviam. Nikmal chuseviat. Smachpur kane vikare mishikei. Vechayikru v'yamikru v'chayedecho ve'is Yisrael ba'gala v'zman kani v'miru amen. Shmeiraba v'barak l'alamulei almi almaya yitzparech v'yishtaba v'yitzparech v'yisrael imam v'yistasei v'sadal tzadei v'salom shebeit v'shta v'richot. Leila min kol v'chas v'shira satosh v'chad v'nechama sada min v'alma miru amen. Tiskabel selo izam v'hu sefon dachol beis Yisrael kadam avon v'mishmai v'miru amen. Shalom alav v'shamayim v'chaim tek ma'aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'miru amen. Shalom v'ramah v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'miru amen. נאמר ויד עיני למלך על כל הארץ, ואמר יד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, גדל והזכרדה שמינה בה, ויעל מדיבירך לסייביה, מניק מלכו סייביה, תמחפו קרי וקרי משיחי, וחייכנו וימיכנו וחיי דכל בית ישראל, ועגלה בזמן קרי ומירו אמן. Shmeira v'barak l'alamulei almi almaya yitzparech v'yishtaba v'yitzparech v'yisrael imam v'yistasei v'sadal tzadei v'salom shemit v'shta v'richot. Leila min kol v'chas v'shira satosh v'chas v'nechama sada min v'alma v'miru amen. Shalom alav v'shamaya v'chaim tek ma'aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'miru amen. Shalom v'ramah v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'miru amen. Idol samita falpi sheragla feyot bali me'avet evarem nifnei shamayim ve'kadmi mishveshem ve'mamerudan ve'vish afilu chavile afilu chavile kam kedei sheyitztafu hamayim ve'trei ve'lmach asher yisun hamayim atamei alayim moili u'mei b'amekev ha'shaga שיעבר על הגת ורבי חנן ונקש מרצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזעקו אסס ישראל לפי העיר בעליים תורה ומצווה שנאמר אדוני חפץ למען ציפייה כליתוי רבי גדל והזכרדה שמירה בה ועמד ורך אלוסי והמליך מלכוסי ואצמח פור קני וגרי ושיחי וחייכנו וימיקנו וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קני ומירו אמן. Shmeira v'barak l'alamulei almi almaya yitzparech v'yishtaba v'yitzparech v'yisrael imam v'yistasei v'sadal tzadei v'salom shebeit v'shta v'richot. Leila min kol v'chas v'shira satosh v'chas v'nechama sada min v'alma v'miru amen. Al Yisrael v'rabanan v'al tamidei yom v'al kol tamidei samidei yom v'al kol man de'askim b'oraisa divi asra dei v'divi kol asar v'asar אלנו נכון שלום הרב אחינו וחיזדו ורחמים וחיים עריכם וזנן ויקו פותקן מקדם אבנו משמעיה ומירו אמן. שלום הרב משמעיה וחיים תגמלינו ועל כל ישראל ומירו אמן. שלום מגרמה ויעשה שלום תגמלינו ועל כל ישראל ומירו אמן.
Good night. Tomorrow morning, 8:40. Farbrengen. Thursday night, Farbrengen. Mati and Avi. An angel.
Next Thursday night?
Right now.
Oh, this Thursday.
Every Thursday night.
Oh, every Thursday night. Oh, what's next?
Good day, Samuel. Spanish Farbrengen is Sunday night.
Oh, that's Sunday.
Barbecue. Oh, this next few days we're missing two in our daily minutes. We're 2 down.
No, I'm saying it's a little cheaper than This paper 3. I'm saying just see if you like it. Yeah. Subscribe to me too. I think you should anyway. I thought it was best try. He goes, telling me not to pressure you. I can talk to you all day. Doesn't matter, no pressure. This guy doesn't even think you should. Enjoy. Actually, 7. I know the good stuff. Once you think you're shooting, but I'm shooting. Last night was very nice. Also, my question is, bring any barbecue. No, you did. Oh, right. I mean, it has to be nice. That's the right. Blanco, I'm ready. You get up. That guy, man, I remember his advice. It's good.
But anyhow, that's the long answer to an invitation. So thank you.
So don't worry.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, so from what I said, I didn't. If you could tell me like a contact. Yeah. Right, for sure. Just wanted to know. Yeah. You can tell me again. I'm not sure. What happened with the airport? I'm so secure now. Why? Used to take me in just like me. Nobody's watching. So maybe just because like nobody was watching. Why is it under there?
Someone said right now.
And is my father still here?
Large age, like that cat that we saw being told last night.
He's a big truck.
Oh my God, you should wear a big hat and right.
I don't have you mind.
The question is, when you wear this cap? Like, why do you wear this cap?
I'm not sure.
No, you're not.
That one I'm fine.
No, now you're so upset. I told you. So, you so, girl, you think
Oh, his last name is Miriam. That's a girl name. How is that possible?
Oh, my
Well, yeah, I would break it.
And then they want to be my friend.
By the way, you landed in
It's not that they don't. It's not that they don't. It's not that they
Make it all day. Sunny, press the mic. Yeah.
What's your name Mikey? What? I thought you said you're Mike. That's also my name. What do you want? He's my name. That's also my name.